Frank Ocean, once the reclusive genius of modern R&B, now a ghost with a jewelry line. We're in 2025 and the only thing more mysterious than his next album is how his PR team convinced people to pay $2,000 for a chrome cock ring. Welcome back to another episode of Where in the World is Frank Ocean? After releasing back-to-back classics like Nostalgia Ultra, Channel Orange, That One Visual Scam, and then Blonde, who would have thought that Frank Ocean would be situated near the Bermuda Triangle? Neither did I know that the Bermuda Triangle was that much of a throat goat to suck the hell out of this proud bi man. Well, on a more serious note, I remember first seeing Frank Ocean for the first time through Blonde, an album that was on everybody's Instagram story at some point. And then I did some research and I found out that this guy was an Odd Future I never would have guessed. I can't imagine a donut logo standing next to Frank Ocean. Well, he does have a jewelry brand called Homer, and Homer's obsessed with donuts, so that means, okay, I'm reaching. But anyways, I would have never imagined that someone like Frank Ocean would be with Odd Future. I don't know, he looked like the Guardian or one of the parents or the older brothers of the Odd Future gang, because Tyler and the rest looked like a bunch of scrappy teenagers, to say the least. He made different music, he sang, he was bi at the time, which something I don't really think Odd Future is known for representing. Remember when Coachella 2023 was supposed to be his second coming, like big resurrection, only for fans to buy tickets, fly out, and spiritually cleanse themselves in cactus water? And then Frank showed up later than YouTube's algorithm when it comes to pushing my videos. Gave 15% effort and cancelled the live stream, and then decided it was a perfect time to just dip with no explanation. Most artists spend months rehearsing for Coachella, some spend years fantasizing about it, but Frank Ocean, he showed up like he accidentally wandered onto the stage during soundcheck and just decided to wing it. This was his first performance in nearly 6 years, and somehow it felt like he hadn't practiced in 7. Even Jesus is King had more closure than that. And what came after? Not an apology, not even a new single, not even a leaked snippet. Just silence, a random $1,000 pendant from his luxury brand Homer that I was talking about, and random movie speculations with A24, the same company that made Waves. That movie didn't just tug at my heartstrings, it ripped the entire harp out of my chest and drop-kicked it into a pit of emotional despair. Watching Waves felt like getting hit by a semi-truck made of repressed feelings, bad decisions, and Frank Ocean songs. At first I was like, this is Euphoria, but with just, less sex. And then the second act in the middle of the movie, which made me even more sad, but in a different font. Now, let's talk about Homer, Frank Ocean's luxury brand that dropped in 2021. It's unclear whether this is high fashion or an elaborate tax write-off. He's been more consistent with releasing overpriced accessories than he has with music. Frank Ocean at this point is basically the Rihanna of alternative R&B, minus the Fenty empire and minus 2 babies with A$AP Rocky. So instead of, dropping actual music, Frank Ocean said, nah, here's a gold diamond encrusted cock ring. And no, you didn't hallucinate that. I promise you took your meds. Feel free to rewind because I'm not gonna say that again. Now, I don't know if this was to enhance performance in the bedroom or just flex, but what I do know is that Frank really dropped ice for your ball. I guess I can't really accuse him of false advertising because the only person that would actually buy this for that amount of money is Homer Simpson himself. Or the Fresh and Fit crew, or someone like Andrew Tate, where they actually find out a way to eradicate all females on Earth and then start proposing to each other using iced cock rings. Because there's no, women to marry anymore. And they hate women. Anyways. It's crafted from an 18 karat gold, iced out with princess cut, and retails for a soul-snatching $25,570. I could use all that money to get a sloppy toppy from all the women in New York and still have enough money to buy a VR headset and visit a strip club in GTA. I could use all that money to bribe Rockstar into releasing GTA 6 early. I don't need bling for my dingaling. Okay, I'm good. But every time Frank Ocean fans see a full moon, they think he's about to drop. Oh my gosh, there was a flick on his Instagram story. He's about to drop, guys. He's serious this time. Oh my gosh, he breathed. He's about to drop. Y'all are holding on tighter than a situationship with no title. People were decoding his Homer ad campaigns like they were the Da Vinci Code. No, that blurry JPEG is not attractive. It's a piece of jewelry that's shaped like emotional abandonment. And you'd think disappearing for years would hurt your relevance, but Frank Ocean's mystique is the marketing. He doesn't do interviews, appearances, or actual releases, but still manages to trend once a year from doing absolutely nothing. Other artists have to fake a breakup, start a beef, drop a 30-song deluxe to get noticed. Meanwhile, Frank whispers, and Forbes, Pitchfork, they have a stroke. That's not a musician, that's a myth in Air Forces. I'm convinced that this guy definitely sat with Playboy Carti and said, first one to drop is a demon, and Carti doubled down and decided to pop out and give you a 30-song mixtape. Yes, mixtape, that was not an album. Still has aura though, but it gives mixtape energy. At this point, Frank Ocean's career path feels like he's picking passions out of a hat. First, he gave us genre bending music, then luxury phallic resources, and now the man's making a movie. Because, of course, he is. Reports say that the 37-year-old Enigma is allegedly directing an independent film starring Taylor Russell as the lead. It's already shooting in Mexico City, but surprise, surprise, everything else is hush hush. No title, no plot, no cost list, just vibes and classic Frank. And while some fans are foaming in the mouth with excitement, others are looking at their dusty streaming libraries and say, this man will do anything except drop an album. Like, bro, you skipped Coachella, dropped a cock ring, and now you're in Mexico yelling action? Bro. But hey, knowing Frank, when or if this film actually drops, it'll be a cinematic masterpiece, I can't even lie. Whether it's 3 hours of him just staring into a mirror while Nike's playing in the background, either way, we'll pretend like it was worth the wait. So, is Frank Ocean dropping again, or is he just selling jewelry and making movies? Both. Neither. Or who knows? I mean, he's not a musician anymore. He's a vibe, a lifestyle, a spiritual absence. He's what it feels like to miss someone you've never met. And just like the ex you swear is gonna text back, he won't. But you still wait regardless. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below on what you think about this man who ghosted us and continues to gaslight us using $25,000 cock rings. Okay. Anyways, my name is Saint Hilarious, and I make fun of pop culture because therapy is just way too expensive. So please, please rethink that and subscribe so that I don't look as chopped as Dabo. And peace.